Hey guys, it's Maymay, and you have been asking for me to do one of these stepper cards from Katy Sue. Now, if you haven't seen these, we have several different styles in stock. This one is the Christmas background one, and it's got like the full size card with the side steps here, and then it's got the full size cards with only one side step. That's what comes in here. You get 12 cards and envelopes. Look at these beautiful envelopes. Now, this is a bigger size than you're used to because this is not your standard American size cards. These guys measure out at about 6 by 9, so they're pretty big. Now for today's card, I'm going to be working with this guy. I think this will be super fun, and I want to pick one of these out. I think I'll do this green. I really like that. So if you don't know, these are pre-cut and pre-scored. If I flip it over here, you can see the score lines. They're so easy to do. What we're going to do first is fold this middle line right here. So I'm just going to fold that over and crease that down. Then I want to show you how to find the front. The back has a single fold line, and the front has multiple fold lines, okay? So when you hold this up with all the fold lines facing you, that's how you know it's the front. Now, typically, these guys are kind of stuck together right here. There'll be just a little bit of piece you need to pop loose. And then you're going to fold back and forward, okay? So right here, I'm going to fold this one back. Trying to do this where I can stay in camera. It's a lot easier when you don't have to stay in camera. Here, let's do it this way. And then I'm going to fold forward, and then I'm going to fold back and forward. You see how I can just kind of do that at the same time? And then it folds back. Look how easy that is. No measuring, no figuring things out, nothing. All you do then is design the card. Look at this. And you have just a blank canvas to design. So because of all of that space, I'm going to take advantage of some of my stamps, okay? So from the Ribbons and Bows Tag Builder, I have cut and colored and well, stamped, cut and colored this little tag. So I use this as my sentiment, the Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas, and then this tag, and then colored it and cut it out ready to go. So we're going to use that on the front of the card. And then from this set, I want to show you what I've done. I've cut 3 of our stockings. So I have 3 of those, and they're all red. I just wanted little red stockings. And then I did the package, the gingerbread, and the teddy bear. And I'll show you. I'm going to lay these here so you can see which ones are which that I used. And I've just colored those and got those ready to go. Aren't they cute? All right. So now what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to build the stockings. So I'm not exactly sure my layout, but I do know I want to build my stockings. So I'm going to go ahead and apply just a little bit of glue there to the back. And each of these guys are going to go into the stocking. And what I want to do is turn it over and just to make sure I have them placed where I want everything to be. Make sure I have it coming out like I like. Isn't that adorable? I just love these little guys. So I have those like that. I'm going to go ahead and poke a hole in the top of my tag. And for the front of my card, let me show you. I really like this black and white check. Surprise, surprise. I'm going to put this here. Now, I didn't cut it to cover the whole piece. I really wanted some of the green to show on both sides. So I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to have my little tag like it's hanging here. So I'm going to use a little bit of twine over the top just to make it look like it's hanging. So I have some red chunky twine, and I'm just going to cut myself a piece. So I've looped this end, and I'm going to stick this through, and I'm just going to do a little slip knot. Stick that through there, and then grab it from the back side here. Like so. Don't pull too hard because you'll pull that through. So I'm going to leave it just like that. And then here, I'm going to kind of find the center. And actually, that little bit right there feels like the center. And I'm going to wrap this around and tape it down to the back. So I'm just going to use a little yellow tape, just like that. Now I'm going to use some foam to place my little tag. I'm just going to flip this guy over and apply some sticky tape to the back. I won't need too much. It's just going to hold it in place. Let's go ahead and do this. Now for me, this is going to be a hand deliver card. This is going to be something I put with a present, or I put it, in something to hand to somebody as a card for them. So therefore I can add all of the dimension I want, right? And because I use chunky twine back here, I need to use dimensional foam back here as well so that it will stick well to the card. That's not to say you cannot mail these cards. You can mail them, but anytime you change the standard size of a card or anything doesn't need to be machinable or anything like that, you'll pay a little surcharge for that. Not a big deal. It can be done, but I'm just going to do this to hand out or to put into a gift box or a present, hang off a bag. It'll be cute like that. All right, so there's that all ready to go onto the front. So I just peeled the little backers off of my foam. Now, this is a little difficult because this wants to pop, okay? So hold this in your hand where you can look at the card and place this where you want it. I'm just going to do it about like that. Isn't that cute there? I love how much space you have to decorate, to design your scene in this area. Now let's load our stockings. Now, so on this side over here, to hold this down while I decorate, I'm going to use my tweezers to hold that down. And I'm going to decide how I want these. So I want one up to the top like this, to live like that. And then I was thinking one on that second row, something like this. And then the third row would be to the front. Now, I can always edit to make all of these guys show really well, just like this. The one thing you have to be careful of, though, and I'll show you, when you put something to the front here, if you are going to have something to the front, you need to make sure it's on your front layer. So if I put one here, I'm good, because when this opens, it'll be on the front layer. So this guy might need to live here so I can get all of my stockings on. So I think that's probably how I'll do it. So I have one going to the front. Now, another thing I can do, and I still might do this because like I said, I hadn't decided, I may trim this one away and just make it be a bit shorter so I can get everything in to the size of the card. You see what I'm trying to do there? I have to make sure it'll still fit into the envelope. Put that one here, this one here, and I may trim him down as well. So what I'm going to do is make a little pencil mark on this guy at the bottom. So here and here. Remember too, when this opens, you'll be able to see everything. Right now they're kind of stacked up, but you'll be able to see them much better when it's open. So I'm just going to make a straight cut from one pencil mark to the other, and that will tell me what will live here. See, so you still know it's a stocking. I still could go a little shorter even, and I might. I think I will. I like it a little bit shorter. Now, I could just glue this down and cut it off whenever I pick the card up, which is fine, but I want to kind of see the placement. So that's why I'm doing it this way. All right, so there's a stocking. I think I'll trim a little off of him to bring him down. Not too terribly much, just a little. Let's see. Put him in here. I just want to see what his shape is, how I've got him. So we'll go here and here-ish, but I'm not going to trim him like that. I just want to use that as my angle. So we'll go about like that much off of him. And then he'll tuck down in a little further. And then this guy, I can pretty much place how I want him. All right, so let's glue these on. Now, when you're gluing, make sure you don't glue over the fold line, because you're going to need this guy to open. You're going to want your card to open. So I'm going to glue it here. And then I'm also going to put a little glue where it touches the front. Just like that. And now I think I'll stand it up to place the other two. Now, I want to make a panel to go right here on the back. So let me show you what I'm going to do there. So using our stamp set called Say It Merry, I've chosen to do Have a Merry Holiday, because on the front I did Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas. I thought this would be cute. So I've placed it onto the MISTI, and I've cut a panel piece that is 4.5 by 5.5. That leaves me a little bit of a border around the back of the card. So I'm just going to place this here and get my impressible and press that down. And I may do that one more time to make that a little darker. Perfect. And now this piece I'm going to glue to the back just like this. That'll give me a place to write, to put my sentiment, and it gives me a lot of room to write, actually. What I love about this card is standing it like this, you can see the front and the back. So isn't that so cute? I put my tweezers here to hold it in place while we talk. You can do so much with these cards. We pulled out so many of our stamp sets that had pieces we could build these designs on. Now, these are some of my larger stamps, but with your smaller stamps and the cards that have the side steps, you can use a lot of your smaller stamps there to get real big impact. So isn't this adorable? I love this. And you know I love anything pre-made, anything that's where all I'm doing is doing the design and not having to come up with all of the folds and scores and things like that. To me, that makes everything better. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope this gave you some ideas for your Katy Sue stepper cards. Now, I've got some more ideas. I want to share a way with you to get more from them than you do with just one pack. So watch for that video coming out real soon. Be sure to click subscribe so that you don't miss any of my future videos. And if you're making something using your stepper cards, share it over on our Facebook group at Maymay Made It, and so did I, or on our website at MaymayMadeIt.com in our customer gallery. Hey, thanks so much for being here today. And until next time, bye now.